Hey, teachers. How are you feeling today? Most of my students just hate it when we have a reading lesson. And I realize no matter how interesting the topics are, they're just not into reading. So today we have three pre-reading activities to make students a little bit eager and kind of excited to read any topic you're teaching and at the same time boost their comprehension and check their knowledge. Let's go. First, know, think, say. This activity is fantastic to promote some subject knowledge and get the students curious to actually read before letting them read. So it's either students work in pairs or in groups. You need a photo that kind of illustrates what the reading is about, and most textbooks or reading worksheets already have it, so you can use that. They have to look at the photo and the title of the reading passage and write down the following. One thing you know for sure about this topic, one thing you think it's true but you want to check, and one thing people say is true but probably isn't. Ask them not to look at or read anything from the passage. Remember, we're doing this to get them encouraged to read, but also give them some time to think about it. Like, what do you know about it? What do you want to know about it? What do you want to check? And things like that. You can apply this way to any reading topic you have. It's super simple, makes the students raise some questions, which in return motivate them to read. Some students might raise some issues that they're not included or answered in the reading passage, which is fine because you can then assign them to do some extra reading and share the results with the class the next day for a bonus or a yummy bar of chocolate. Second, I see, I think, I wonder. This activity is kind of similar to the previous one. It also involves a picture because, come on, images do get them interested to read sometimes. This approach gives the students some context before they start reading. Let's say the reading passage is about robots, so I would show him this picture and I write these 3 sentences on the board. I see, I think, and I wonder. For I see, what are you seeing in the picture? Describe what's happening. For I think, why is this happening? What do you think happened before? And finally, for I wonder, what you would like to know. And right here, dear teachers, we are introducing a reason for them to read. If you're teaching A2 or B1 levels, it's really helpful if you provide them with phrases like these ones to use for each part. Third, critical thinking questions. A great way to make students think about a reading topic or brainstorm ideas or share their preconceived knowledge about it is simply by making them ask all of the questions. So for reading passages that they're not really fun, or with the fun ones, it's actually up to you, I like to do the following. I put my students into groups and I give each team a piece of paper that is divided into, let's say, 6 squares. Could be more, could be less. I write down the title of the reading on the board, and let's just go back to my previous example, which is robots versus humans. I ask every team to write down 6 critical thinking questions about the topic. You don't have to use the term critical thinking in class and freak the students out, but tell them to write questions about the things they want to know, the things they're not sure about, and tell them that funny questions are welcome too. After they write down their questions, I switch the papers. So, for example, team 1 gets team 2 questions and vice versa. And if you have teams of 3 and 4, they do the switching as well. And then each team tries to give some answers to the questions of the group they got before getting into reading. It's really fun when students see how other groups answer their questions. They kind of feel entitled to these specific pieces of information, and if they happen to find what they asked about mentioned in the reading passage, this information kind of sticks with both groups. I mean, the one raising the question and the one answering it. And at the end of the day, it's a win-win situation and everyone's happy. That's pretty much it. If you happen to need any ready-to-use cool ESL worksheets and games, come visit me at my TPT store. I'll keep the link in the description. Thank you, teachers, for being here today. Have a wonderful rest of your day.